Hi everyone. At Farsight, we have long been studying a group of hostile extraterrestrials we are identifying as reptilians. From our past research, we have seen that the reptilians are heavily involved in manipulating Earth as a prison planet. The reptilians are not the only extraterrestrials who have acted as brutal totalitarian rulers over this planet. The ancient Greek and Roman gods were from a different group of oppressors who we identify as coming from the Orion system. But the reptilians seem to be the top of the line currently in terms of repressive agents on this planet. Moreover, research done at Farsight indicates that the reptilians have an agenda of expansion in this galaxy, and Earth and humanity seem to be a crucial link in their aggressive plans for the future. Understand that as it stands currently, the reptilians are deeply embedded in the control structures that limit widespread knowledge of the reptilians, or even any other extraterrestrials. Secrecy is the key ingredient to the reptilian agenda to control humanity. The one thing that will disrupt the ability of reptilians to continue to manipulate human leadership, military elements, the media, and all other arms of control is disclosure. Disclosure that extraterrestrials exist and that they have long been involved in running Earth as a prison would turn the entire reptilian house of cards upside down. They could not control us in the context of disclosure. So, this project that you are watching now is a special project that we hope assists supportive elements within the United States military, perhaps some other human militaries, who may be thinking about working to force disclosure of the extraterrestrial presence here on Earth.
And plan things out. They really secured their perimeter, and side two, their strategy was definitely very aggressive, but they really underestimated side one. I think teams being in their non-surface structures, they maybe assumed that side one had outdated technology compared to them, or he's just wasn't expecting them to be able to compete, basically.
You see, if disclosure happens, there will be a fight. Disclosure will trigger a Reptilian and Orion attempt to keep control over the planet. If they can no longer do it with mental manipulation, bribery, fear, intimidation, propaganda, and secrecy, and if their past activities are finally disclosed to the public, then they will have no alternative than to come out of the shadows and threaten to fight. That's when the Free Will ETs will intervene to stop them, and that will be a military effort of no small measure. Well, if this were to happen, a fight, then human militaries would naturally want to know what has happened in similar situations in other parts of the galaxy when such things happened, when the totalitarian forces acted in a military way to control a planet's population. To be honest, that seems to be a strategy of last resort for the totalitarian forces. They would much rather try to control a planet's population covertly, using secrecy to hide even the knowledge that they exist. But when push comes to shove, if they are exposed and there is no other alternative than to come out into the open, then they will fight. So, what happens when that happens?
Here's their arms. So, I feel ridiculous saying this, but this guy has a cape. He has something that's flowing behind him. And this is the military leader of side one. Moving to the military leader of side two. Okay, let's do it here. Side. Okay. So for this one, I'm getting more of a reptile type look. Wow, teeth right there.
With this project, we have turned our remote viewing focus on what other groups in our galaxy have done to successfully resist reptilian aggression. More specifically, we focus now on the most important battles between the most successful groups in the Milky Way galaxy to defend themselves from a reptilian military attack intended to conquer or control them. We focus on what these civilizations did to be successful. This is a big deal. We hope that the U.S. military is watching, of course, but everyone else needs to see this as well. The hope to obtain freedom is not something that you just dream about. It is something that is accomplished by doing real and concrete steps. And we learn by watching how others do these things. Then, by watching how others do these things, we get realistic levels of hope that we can do it as well.
Okay, so we're going to keep exploring side 1 over here. So it seems like side 1 are the defenders in this attack. It seems like they were the ones who were assaulted by the other side. So this is sort of just one of their non-surface structures. Seems like a triangular thing. Sort of seems a little flat up there, but it's a bit more of an isosceles triangle general shape. Three-dimensional, of course, but it's anyway, it seems like they have, just to draw out some more of their non-surface structures, they've got some non-surface structures out here, and they are being attacked, so, and then some energetics and stuff like that. So it seems like they are experiencing a bit of an ambush from the other side, side 2 or something. So yeah, that is the vibe. So this sort of serious, no-nonsense military side is being attacked, and they are defending their space from whatever is attacking them. And the reason for the conflict has to do with this sort of subjects looking like they're bound and being ushered along energy.
At Farsight, we know that the U.S. military is not of one mind in this matter. Some elements within the military have worked secretly with the reptilians in underground bases for a long time, and those elements might be expected to support reptilian efforts to maintain the secrecy. However, other elements within the U.S. military are much more independently minded, but they need help, and crucially, they need to know if resisting the reptilians is really possible. We cannot expect them to support a lost cause. So the best way to demonstrate that it is possible is to show what other civilizations have done to resist reptilian military aggression. Thus, our project aims to bolster the efforts of elements within the U.S. military who want to support disclosure.
There's a mental war happening with the physical war at the forefront. So visibly it's a physical war, but mentally the Psi is controlling pieces and elements of the war.
Key to this is the ability of humans to actually see extraterrestrials and their spacecraft, the so-called UFOs or UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, and that is the reason why we at Farsight have decided to initiate a program that will teach people how to video record ET ships. ET ships are just about everywhere, and they are not really invisible. But there is a reason why humans cannot normally see them. In early 2023, we are going to show people how to video record ET ships and thus how to see them. The technology is available to humans today and has finally gotten to the point where this can be done by just about anyone, as long as they know how to do it and why it has to be done in a certain way. We are not going to explain how to do this in this video, but expect our new project to show how this is done to appear in a few months in early 2023, probably around March or April. Then you won't have to try to believe someone else's video of a UFO. You can go out and take your own. So, disclosure is going to happen because you are going to do it. Once you know how to photograph the ships, just about everyone will do it. It will be a lot of fun, and it will be like a game to constantly take more pictures, and then to laugh at the human leaders who deny that ETs exist. At this point, nothing can stop disclosure. So, the military really needs to know how other civilizations have resisted reptilian military aggression. This is not an academic or intellectual exercise. Disclosure is really going to happen, and the possibility of reptilian military aggression will become very real. So, the information regarding what others have done to resist the reptilians is really important. This project that you are watching now, plus our other projects that will be coming out very soon, are meant to prepare the way for the time when disclosure is at our doorsteps, so to speak. And that inevitably starts as soon as you know how to video record the ships with your own cameras and even your cell phones. So, study this project that you are watching now very carefully. It will become very relevant to everyone very soon.